Hey, okay. I'm super excited to be here. So, for those of us who haven't met me, my name is Adesua Ogwachara, aka Sua, the face behind CAC registration with Sua. So, I'm simply excited to be here today telling you about a topic that I feel we all need to get abreast with. So, what topic is that? Annual returns filing. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a bit goofy today. So, you've registered that business. Kudos. I'm super excited for you that you've gone past the whole stage of just thinking about that business in your head and you have actually gone ahead to register that business. Well, sadly, this is where most of us stop at business owners. You think, okay, I've registered my business, and then if I'm too cool, I'll go and open a bank account, and then I'm done. You're not done. You're not done. So what you've done in effect is this: you have taken that business, that whether it's a side hustle, whether it's a major hustle, whatever that business is to you, you've legalized it and you've registered it with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Kudos. I'm super excited. So whether you registered it as a business name, as a limited liability, as an incorporated trustee, maybe association, church, mosque, or NGO, that's cool. Kudos to you, but that's not where it stops. So I have a lot of clients come to me, oh Sua, I've registered my business, but I discovered that when I searched for it online, it's showing inactive. Why? Why is my business inactive? I've been active. And I'm like, have you filed your annual returns of late? And they're like, annual returns? What's that? Okay, so annual returns, simply put, is I'm going to be saying things in the layman English because I do not want to assume that we're all professionals here. So I actually do that for my students. I'll tell you about that later. But I actually do that because I like to be as simple as possible so that anybody who listens or watches this can truly understand what annual returns is all about. So annual returns is you filing with CAC every year, telling them that, okay, I'm still in business. Simple. This is how much I did in turnover this year, and this is the total asset we have this year. Simple and short. I made profit, I made loss, those are the things CAC is interested in knowing. For business name, they're only interested in your annual turnover and your total asset. For limited liability, they're interested in how much did you do and did you make profit or loss. They want to see your reports. Okay, so that's that. We've talked about what annual returns is. You filing with CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, every year to tell them that you're still in business and this is how well you're doing or how not well you're doing, whatever is the case. Okay, so now that has been taken away from that. We're done with that. So now let's go to the bane of why we're doing this live. So you registered that business. Let's say for a business name, you're expected to file your annual returns 1 year after registration. So if you registered today, being the 30th of May 2022, once it's 30th of May 2023, you're expected to file your annual returns. If you're a limited liability or incorporated trustee, you're expected to file your annual returns 18 months after. So if you registered on that today, being 30th of May, we're expecting you to register we're expecting you to file December next year. So that's 18 months. Okay, so what's the implication of not filing? It's simple. How much is it to file for annual returns? For business name, it's 3,000 naira. Wait, that's all. 3,000. For limited liability, however, it's 5,000 naira. Now, business name, have it easy on them, I tell you. So if you fail to, let's assume XYZ Enterprises has registered and has registered in 2018. So XYZ Enterprises never filed annual returns till date. So what? And you come to me and like, so I want to file my annual returns. What am I owing? Let me tell you what you're owing. So the filing fee for business name is 3,000 naira. I'll say that again. The filing fee for business name is 3,000 naira, and for incorporated trustees and limited liability companies is 5,000 naira. So every year you're expected to file with that fee. Now, what are you filing? Like I said before, business name, you're only filing annual return, your turnover for the year and your total assets for the year. That's what we're interested in. Okay, then for limited liability, you ought to have your books of account. So what are your books of accounts? You ought to have your P&L, profit and loss account, your cash flow statement, and your balance sheet. Now these three reports are quite important. If you are a limited liability, you ought to have this every year. So when you have it, you need to have an auditor, an external auditor, audit and confirm okay and stamp. Now that's what I will be needing to help you file your annual returns as a limited liability company. Do you get? So for business name, I don't need all of that. I just need you to tell me what your annual returns is and what your annual turnover is and what your total asset is for that year. But for limited, I need to go a step further and have your books of account showing that it's been duly audited and stamped. And that's what I'm going to be using to file. Now that being said, once you're done with that, how much is it to file? For business name, I said it's 3K. For limited liability is 5K. If you are defaulting, like in the case of XYZ Enterprises that are registered since 2018 but has never filed, so she's owing, or XYZ Enterprises is owing. It's owing 2019, 2020, 2021. Okay, so depending on what time or year, what month they registered. So if you registered before June, you're already owing 2021. As at if your registration was 29th of May, you're already owing you're going to pay penalties for 2021. But anything afterwards now, you still have the grace period to file for 2021 without any penalties. So let's see. That's 2019 and 2020 owing. What's the implication? CAC expects you to pay for that business name 3K and 5,000 penalty for not filing as at when due. I know, yeah. So you still pay that money and you still pay penalty, and of course you still pay my service charge. That's the part where I come in. Okay, so now you will pay for that year 8,000 naira, 2020 8,000 naira, 2021 if it's not if it's anything from June, yes, you pay only 3K. You're not owing yet, okay? But if it's from January till May 29th, yes, you're owing, so you're going to pay 8K. And if you're listening to this video now, I need you to file for 2022 before it's late too, okay? So that's how it works. But for limited liability, you're going to be paying 5,000 naira, your normal annual return fees, plus 5,000 naira penalty. So the same thing applies. Do you understand? So now that's that. What are the implications? I mean, so all these things you're saying, if I don't file, is it by force? Yes, it's by force. And let me explain why. So you're on the register of CAC. There's a particular number of years that if you don't come and say present, you have been marking X for years. One day you come, they'll search for you on CAC portal and they will not find you. CAC will assume that this business is not in existence. I mean, since it's registered, it has not filed annual returns. I don't think this business it's existing anymore. They'll just take you out of the register. That means you have to register afresh. And you, in your mind, this idea is living rent-free in your head that you're in business, right? You have a bank account, you've been transacting. But when the chips are down, when a good opportunity comes, because any serious-minded company that wants to do business with you will go and search for you. They'll do proper search to be sure that you're not a scam, and they can pay CAC to know whether you're okay with them or not. Yes, they can do, apart from the skimming up on the surface that they could do by just searching on the portal to see if you're active or not. They can also do a thorough search on you. They'll pay for it and they'll search, and CAC will give them all the information they need. Yes, so it's important you file your annual returns. Listen good. It's important you file your annual returns. It's not a luxury. Okay, so if you are owing 1 year, automatically your profile is going to be showing inactive. Automatically it's going to be showing inactive. Are we together? So now, if it's showing inactive, what's the implication? It means that this business is not responsible. I mean, if I'm somebody who wants to do business with you and I've searched online, I mean, if you cannot take something as trivial as annual returns filing seriously, what's to say that you take our contract serious? Some grants may even require that of you. Do you get? Some foreign companies will want that of you. So you need to make sure that you have everything in place. It's not like you start pursuing me, so I do this thing now, so I do this. A word is enough for the wise. So yes, that's another implication. Then I already told you, firstly, you'll become inactive on the portal. 2, you risk losing contracts and opportunities. 3, you risk your name being deleted if over a period of time you've not filed. So you don't want to be found on the other side of the law. I hope we learned something today. I mean, you need to file that annual returns today. DM me for us to continue. Please, just in case I've not been clear enough. Just in case I haven't been clear enough, you can ask questions on the comment section. I'm more than willing to respond. I remain your girl, Sua. CS registration with Sua. #Sua speaks. Ta-ta!